Hey, I'm here with the Mini Jam 69, playing different game jam entries, just giving my feedback and initial impressions, first thoughts, all that jam, all that jazz. And I am here with. I don't remember the name. Dang it. I'll get back to you on that one at the end. But it's the first person game I've come across for this jam, which I'm really excited for. Don't see very many. Haven't played very many first person games for the jam. The description did say it was a bit rushed and like it's a jam, so you know expecting it to be slightly buggy. Wait, I can toggle sky. Oh wow, I like it though. So WASD to move around. Whoa, I like the pixel textures. I know it said it was like Russian unfinished, so I'm gonna just immediately be a jerk and try to break it. Well, I can't extremely break it yet. So so part of the game jam is that cards have to be a mechanic, so I assume that's what these are. Oh, well. Oh, swap between cards in your hand. Important. Enemies will have different ranges, at which they are vulnerable. Go above that, get stronger. If you're within range, they will die. Use few cards as possible. Okay. So I got black twos. Oh, and I got numbers. Okay. So hold left mouse button to charge up your card and throw it with force. The frame of your crosshair fills up accordingly to expected force of the throw. So let's see. So my max is 12. So if I throw it at this boy. Wait, whoa, come back. Whoa, I really like the art. So wait. Oh man. I really like the visuals. Like the terrain could look a little funky in some places, but that's just because of terrain tools. But I really like the texture on the floor, and I really like the enemy sprites. So stole 12. I kind of need to position myself so that things like render in the right order, so I can kind of see what's. Oh, sweet, something died. You know what? I'll take it. Oh, I think I died. I couldn't tell I was taking damage, but I guess that makes sense. I was just kind of standing there. Enemies will have different ranges at which they are vulnerable. Go above that and they will get stronger. If you're within the range, they will die. Use few cards as possible. Frame of your crosshairs. Nobody's hitting me yet, which is good. So I haven't taken any damage, it seems. So I think I want to get within 33. So let's see. So now I want to go down to 2. Okay, so I want to get them within the range above them. So I think if I do this will leave me with. Let me go a little lower. So if I go 10, that'll be 24, and that'll be in the middle. Okay, I get it. This is a really interesting concept for a first-person shooter. Try to like keep track of numbers. Switch to the specific card you need for the job or weapon. I am good at aiming. I am bad at aiming. So I'm a bit quiet just because I'm like kind of focusing because there's a lot to keep track of. They're not like charging me or anything, so I do have time to just chill. But I actually really like this concept. There's like a lot that's like really smart. So like immediately when you see this concept for a first-person shooter where you have to get basically within a certain amount of damage numbers, and you have very specific control over your damage numbers. One of the first thoughts is why don't I just spam twos, because that'll like always end up in the range. And the reason is because you have ammo, which I'm running a little low on, to be honest. Can I get 3? Oh, I can't get 3s. I don't have odd numbers, which means that I think one of those guys is like impossible to get now. One of the bats, I mean. Drop your cards, I need ammo. This is really cool. So, let's see. Excuse me, boys. Coming on through. I feel like I'm going to die as soon as I hit E. Oh, I'm taking damage. Okay, I'm just going to leave. These guys can have their fun here. I'm going to move on. I'm going to head out. The description did say it was a bit rushed, and they just wanted to get something out. So this does feel more like a kind of like playground to try it. Like it's like a playground to mess around and learn these mechanics. It's really satisfying, by the way. Like the enemies have a satisfying sound when you hit them. Landing your shots feels really good just because of the arcing motion. It's kind of like really hardcore bullet drop. So you have to like be a little smart with it. So if I'm exactly on the limit, so for example, I need 32 there. If I do exactly 32, will it die or will it kill me? That is exact, okay. Wait, so is the number on the right the amount of damage left before they activate? So this is 21. Or like until you're too much. Yeah, okay, so that's good to know. So 9 is too much now, so 8 should activate the guy if I hit him. I'm like hyper focusing on like one dude, but that's fine. Okay. There seems to be a lot of enemies just around though. I'm gonna keep moving. There's a really cool atmosphere. I think you caught like just a feeling of like hell. Really smart. Blackwell. It is a shame that the playground just has like hordes of enemy because it's hordes of enemies because it is a little more awkward to fight hordes of enemies with this system. But like these one-on-one fights are kind of cool. There we go. Don't just ignore the fact that I can't aim. So I don't see any more enemies over here. No, if I set that to 12, he'll just be in a range where I literally can't get him. Oh wait, no, he would be fine. That would have solved my problem. Okay. Man, it really is a shame that like this was kind of rushed because of the game jam, but I like this concept. It's kind of RPG-y. Like, it's kind of hard to describe, but I can see, like, RPG systems fitting really well into this. Where you kind of have, like, a minimum and maximum damage, and, like, you can get stats to, like, offset that. And that way, like, minimum damage could be, like, a valuable stat that you want to increase. You want less minimum damage. The card throw itself has so much, like, just like, visceral like a visceral feeling to it. God, that feels really good to hit things. Okay. It took me a little bit to kind of figure out exactly what I was doing, but now that I do, it's just like really, really fun. Oh, I'm bad, I'm bad. I need this. Boop. Yeah, without any, like, AoE potential, big groups feel a little meh. But, also, enemies drop a lot of ammo, it seems, so it's kind of, I don't have to worry too much about, like... What? Oh, 9 to 4. God, the attacking just feels so good that I'm kind of losing myself in it. Like, I kind of want to kill all these enemies so I can use the store to see what else there is. It seems like there's more that way, so it might have jumped the gun to say this feels like just an arena, like a playground. When there is a possibility that like the rest of the game is behind the shopkeeper, and I've just been too dumb. This definitely speaks to the potential of the idea of just like a first-person shooter where the entire gimmick is that you have one kind of slow, but like... It makes me think of like archery in first-person shooters. Like you have to stop and think about your shots. You kind of kill an enemy and then you like loop back to its body. That was I'm a little too proud of that shot. Did he? I hope everybody. Well, I hope the devs saw that. Just amazing snipe. This feels really good. I don't know what the devs were talking about. Like in that description, it doesn't feel that buggy, to be honest. It feels really good. Like, probably, literally my only complaint so far about this entire thing is the mountains look like default Unity terrain tools, but that probably is because it's a game jam and you use what you got, and that's okay. So, let's see, I killed everything. Big doors. Small door of guts. Wait, there's just straight up upgrades. I got 40 cards now. I will say the fact that it says I stole the number, or that they stole the number, was a little confusing at first. I didn't know what that meant, but it's all good. I regret reading the description. This is great. $24. Unless I needed the key. Did I hope I didn't like soft lock myself by going for the inventory upgrade. God, that feels good. How do you like that quick 12 to 2? So, let's see. I don't know if there's more enemies back here. Am I like locked behind the fact that I can't open the big gate? I really hope not. Let's see. Maybe I missed some enemies. I might have to just like restart. Invert scroll. I don't know what that does. I think it's actually really impressive how it's like really obvious what number you have. Like it tells you in the middle what number you're on, but you can also just look at the side. I might have to restart because I spent my money poorly. How do I do that? Restart. Okay, so I have to remember I need the keys. I can't not get the keys. So let's see. So boom, boom, boom. I can kind of speed run this now though, now that I know how to play. Which is a sign of a really good mechanic when like after I've used it for a bit it just feels really natural and like I know what to do. I will say there should definitely be more feedback on getting hit. I literally can't tell when I'm getting hit. Oh, I think I powered that guy up. Because so if you go over their number, it like resets them, but from the tutorial it sounds like they also get stronger, so I have to be kind of careful. The bats are harder to hit, which makes sense. I like said that out loud and then I realized, yeah, it makes sense that the bats are harder to hit. They are a lot smaller. Jeez. Was there really this many before? I keep fully charging when I really don't have to fully charge. Oh my god. Bats, please. Man, the sounds are really good, by the way. I keep having long bits of silence because I am like focusing. It's not like a super. I can't like go into like super flow hyper, like zone out mode just because I have to keep track of what number I'm on. But I'm kind of getting there. Like. Let's see. So I need like 800, I think, like of the currency. Just got a little bit of an itch on my nose. Okay, let's continue. I got something in my eye. Well. Oh, well, that was dumb of me. Yeah. Come here. The number on the right, like the number in the brackets, is almost more important than the range itself. Like, it's kind of hard to exactly tell the range. It's kind of just like, I can't go over that number, so I'm like not even looking at the range, I'm just looking at the, it's almost like HP that you can't overkill. You have to just get really close to it. And since your lowest number is 2, you can always get like at least within 2 or 3, it seems. Oh, well, I mean not if you do that and you just throw 12s. Yeah. Yeah, boy. So I have 500, so that's enough for the big key. Now I need to get enough for the other one, the smaller key. Well, I should get the smaller key first because I can get a little bit of money from going in there. The level does feel like, as I mentioned before, like basically a testing ground for the mechanic more than a level, which is fine. Jam games, it's like, in game jams you have to like sacrifice something. There's never a game jam game that has everything, and that's inevitable. But one of the core things about like good jam entries is just solid core mechanics, and this is a really good one. I feel like I have less money than I did when I finished here the first time. So E to close. Have I just been forgetting to pick up money? Also, holy crap, this bat is just playing me like a fiddle. And if I can't afford the big key, even though I didn't buy any upgrades, that might be a little sad. I don't know how to describe that sound. It's like a, like, boy. Heyo. I don't have enough. I must have... Unless that's part of the bugginess, is like the drops are random and you could literally get like pseudo soft locked. Did I miss something? I may have missed something though. Something to note is that like the layering is a little off, so you can kind of see enemy information through walls. So I'd be able to see enemies before, like, before I'd be like anywhere where I should probably be able to see them from. So it really doesn't seem like there's any enemies. There might be a way to like kind of cheese up one of these mountains though. You can kind of like Skyrim walk. Like horse walk up mountains almost. There is no jump button, though. Like, this almost seems like it was designed to be cheesable, just because it's, like, almost a staircase. It's hard to, like... Hey. Oh, there we go. Obviously, that's not intended. But, let's go see this last enemy. I gotta say, the mood's pretty good. Like, just like the ambient sounds. Oh, wait, am I just literally not going to be able to get to the wall from here? Maybe this will be easier to cheese now that I'm up here. Yeah, it is. Nice. Nice. Ooh. Oh, yeah. Almost looks like the devs don't want you to get out. Which, I mean... Probably not, but I'm gonna see what's outside of hell. I'm gonna break out. That's the goal. So I guess I'll say my final thoughts while I like navigate to freedom. Really like the mechanic. Like at first it was a little unintuitive. Like I know there was the tutorial, but it was still kind of like what? And I kind of had to get a feel for it, but once I did, fantastic. Yeah, I think putting this guy out here... Oh. Oh, what? Is it like just pausing me because I'm like out here? So I feel like the intent was... So they built this much of the level. And then they didn't have time to do more. Wow, the sky is really beautiful. I don't want to turn it off. Like, I could see it being a little distracting. But I don't know, I like it. I wonder how big this is. I guess I could just, like, talk about my thoughts while running. Again... The main mechanic of like throwing these cards, there's so many. So I think this is like a great example of if you're gonna make like an action game mechanic, how much little things you can do to polish it to make it feel good. So like when I hold it, when I charge it, it comes towards my face. The circle becomes red in the middle. When I let go, there's a trail. Well then, you can see that it's rotating in the sky. Has a really satisfying arc that, I don't know, maybe, like, it feels like the devs might have spent a lot of time tuning it. But, like, you can see the line renderer that's following it. The card sticks into the ground for a while. Like, if you haven't seen the Flambeer talk about, like, game feel, it's really, really good, and one of the things they bring up is permanence. And one of the examples is, or like they kind of talk about two main examples, like bodies, but also like ammo casing. And this isn't specifically ammo casing, but it might as well be. Like bullet holes. If you're making an action game mechanic, make it feel good. And like, even if your environment is like default Unity terrain tools, which I mean Game Jam, so yeah. If your map is just kind of a big dome with enemies in it, like it won't matter if your action game mechanic feels this good. So, fantastic work. I know the description said that the game seemed. Oh wait, I ran out of ammo because I was just firing. Oh no! Oh no! Man, I'm kind of sad that like there's not more. Oh, but yeah. This game's an amazing example of that. Just satisfying action mechanic. Just like the weapon bobs with you while you walk. It's like not in a completely intrusive spot. When the enemies get hit by it, They flash white. They have a number pop up in front of them, damage numbers. I know damage numbers can be useful for like knowing how much damage you're doing and like DPS calculations and stuff, but they also just feel good. Like a damage pop up just feels good. Like hitting the enemy, they flash white, they get knocked back, they like slow down. No damage pop up, the sound effect, it just feels so good. I should stop because I have to get through a lot of jam games, but it's so satisfying just to mm. The system seems a lot like the main combat system. I would describe almost as like intimidating. It's not intimidating, like by definition, but what I mostly mean by that is that it seems like it'll be harder to learn than it is. Like I kind of read that wall of text and I was like, ooh, I don't know what's going on. And then I just started hitting enemies and then I kind of figured out, oh yeah, it's just that easy. Now that I got a feel for it, it's really, really good feeling. Not much else. I don't really have anything else to say. Great work. Oh, I guess I could just quickly say, beautiful sprite art and animation. I really like it. It just, I wish there was more. Is all I can say, which is a really, really good thing. The fact that this was made in 3 days. This is what like 3 days of polishing an action mechanic is, and it's fantastic. Great work. Great work. Cheers.